Hello, and welcome to this week's PennEnergy News Update. I'm Hilton Price. 13 activists protesting the construction of the Keystone XL pipeline were arrested outside the Houston offices of TransCanada Corporation on Monday. The activists were part of a group consisting of dozens of protesters. The protest was organized by Credo, Rainforest Action Network, and other 98%. Each group has made statements against the pipeline in the past. A statement from the groups suggested the arrests were expected. Despite the protests, many U.S. lawmakers and lobbyists are pushing for the pipeline. Several U.S. senators are urging President Obama not to delay a decision on the Keystone XL, which is approaching 5 years since it was first proposed. Most recently, the U.S. Department of State began an investigation in the project's draft supplemental environmental impact statement. The Inspector General's office says this investigation could last until 2014. Mexico has been badly battered by the effects of two powerful storms, which converged from the Pacific and the Gulf on Monday. At least 42 fatalities have been attributed to Tropical Depression Ingrid and Tropical Storm Manuel, which also prompted the evacuation of tens of thousands amid historic levels of flooding. Ahead of the worst of severe weather, state oil major Pemex successfully evacuated 3 platforms at its offshore Arinque field and suspended drilling at 24 wells in its onshore Ibano Panuco field. Pemex has not yet reported any loss of personnel, and no timeline has been provided as to when suspended production activities will resume. Turkos Petrol has offered to construct a 292-mile gas pipeline between Turkey and Israel's Leviathan natural gas platform for $2.5 billion. The pipeline would transport 16 billion cubic meters of gas from Leviathan to 2 of Turkey's southern ports. Turkish companies have been in discussion with Leviathan partners to buy gas from the field. However, the Israeli government said it needs to ensure the country will have enough gas for domestic use for 30 to 40 years before it approves any exports. Magellan Midstream Partners is looking to build another pipeline from its terminal in Arkansas, stretching from Fort Smith to Little Rock. The 12-inch, 160-mile pipeline would carry 75,000 barrels of gasoline, diesel fuel, and jet fuel each day. The pipeline would provide Little Rock with refined petroleum products from Mid-Continent and Gulf Coast refineries. The pipeline would need to receive a permit and regulatory approval. If built, the pipeline would be operational by the third quarter of 2015. Apache Corporation announced it has agreed to sell certain oil and gas producing properties in Canada in 2 separate transactions with a combined value of $112 million. These are primarily dry gas developments located in Saskatchewan and Alberta and comprise approximately 4,000 operated and 1,300 non-operated wells that average daily production of 38 million cubic feet of natural gas and 750 barrels of oil, condensate, and natural gas liquids during the second quarter of 2013. Both transactions have an effective date of April 1st, 2013, and are expected to close during the fourth quarter. Thank you for joining us this week. For these stories and many more, head to PennEnergy.com.